It is opening day here in the Bronx. The Yankees and the Red Sox set to start a 3-game series in a 162-game season. Pre-game introductions, Andy Pettitte got a huge hand. So did Robinson Cano, but the loudest cheer remained Mariano Rivera as he was introduced to the crowd here at Yankee Stadium. Welcome to New York Yankees baseball, presented by GE Capital, as the Yes Network presents the New York Yankees against the Boston Red Sox in the first of 3 from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York.
Sabathia got to be the anchor. He's got to be the #1 guy. He has been since he put on that big league uniform. If you look at those numbers since 2007, first, and third in the big categories, wins, innings, and strikeouts. Look at the names that are with them. Just Justin Verlander and Tim Lincecum in strikeouts. So that tells you everything you need to know about CC Sabathia. The Yankees need him now more than ever.
And he will face John Lester. It'll be the Yankees against the Red Sox. Opening day here at the ballpark in the Bronx. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball next on Yes. Tonight, a ceremonial first pitch, and it's going to be a member of our team and a former member of the New York Yankees, Sweet Lou Piniella. Listen to the reception he'll receive from the crowd.
Just the 12th former Yankee to be honored with the opening day ceremonial first pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lou Piniella.
So Lou starts off the season with the ceremonial first pitch. He was always tough on pitchers, so he knows it's a little more difficult than he thought when he was managing, right?
One of the best Yankees, one of the best managers, and what a competitor.
So Lou will make his way into the dugout and up to one of the suites, and we will make our way to give you a look right now at the Red Sox starting lineup that is going to face Yankee starter CC Sabathia. Red Sox tried to bounce back from a last-place 69-win season last year. They'll lead off their center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. Shane Victorino in right field will bat second. Batting third, playing second base, Dustin Pedroia. Mike Napoli at first base will bat fourth. Batting fifth and playing third base, Will Middlebrooks. Jared Saltalamacchia will catch. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh at DH and Johnny Gomes. Jackie Bradley Jr., a rookie, he'll be in left field. He's going to bat eighth. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
We'll get a look at CC Sabathia, ready to go. Just finishing up his warm-ups. And we'll see last year's numbers: 28 starts, 15-6. Still got 200 innings in. Only 44 walks and 97 strikeouts. Pretty good ratio. We're going to bring you the pitcher's scouting report from the Tri-Honda dealer. 10-5. This will be CC Sabathia's 10th career opening day start and 5th with the Yankees. That's pretty good. He's going to tie Justin Verlander right there. And Chips Ahoy, we're talking about the offseason surgery that he had. He had a couple of bone chips taken out of his elbow, and that's not that big a deal. Oh, you can make a necklace out of those, Michael, and no real damage done, and 40,000 pitches. He will pass that mark today, and that is the most pitches thrown in the major leagues over the last 10 years.
Well, it is a beautiful day here at Yankee Stadium, a perfect day for baseball. Jacoby Ellsbury steps in. CC Sabathia is on the mound. Left-hander winds, kicks, and deals. Let's do it here at the stadium. It's a strike, and we are underway. Those with the Yankees, 5 with the Indians, and now this is the 5th with the Yankees to make it 10, as David said. And Sabathia deals. Punched out towards shortstop, and right there is Nunez for the first out. Why don't we take a look at the Yankee defense? That will start in the outfield. In left field, one of the newer Yankees, Vernon Wells. And you've got Brett Gardner in center and Ichiro Suzuki over right. In the infield, Jason Nix is at third. Eduardo Nunez, the shortstop. Robinson Cano at second. Kevin Youkilis at first. Behind the plate, Francisco Cervelli. And on the mound is Carsten Sox, free agent signings during the offseason. They gave him a 3-year, $39 million deal. He split last year between the Phillies and the Dodgers. pitch to Victorino. And there's a strike.
Victorino trying to change the culture of their clubhouse after their sweeping trade last year, trying to reboot.
1-1. Count 1-2. The 1-2. 2-2. Grounded foul. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He pulled the string. Victorino down on strikes. It is a really beautiful day at the stadium. 57 degrees, humidity 51%. The wind is 18 miles per hour. And it's partly cloudy, but the temperatures will stay steady.
See Sabathia's changeup. See Victorino just reads fastball the whole way.
Red Sox had a very disappointing year last year, winning just 69 games. Here is Dustin Pedroia. Count 1-0. Trade to the LA Dodgers. And Pedroia, one of the ones that stayed, he lines a single to center field. So a 2-out single for Pedroia. Let's take a look at the trade that kind of shook baseball. Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Carl Crawford, and Nick Punto went to LA. And that's what came back. And it really was about the money going, not what was coming back. They got rid of the big Gonzalez contract, the Crawford deal, which was an albatross for them, and Josh Beckett, who was not performing as well as the contract would indicate that he should. I don't know how Nick Punto got in there.
There was some question in the offseason whether the Red Sox would get the deal done for Napoli or not, pending his physical.
On the Tampa. There's Mike Napoli.
Eventually got done, and he's here.
1-1. 1-2. Issues. He's not going to be catching as much as they had wanted when they initially sought to sign him. And today he's the first pitch. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got it. Napoli down on strikes for the Red Sox. No runs a hit. One man left. Boston nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat. We're in the top of the first inning. 2 strikeouts for Sabathia. John Lester on the mound. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup presented by Lexus. Yankees won 95 games in the American League East last year. They lead off their center fielder Brett Gardner. Eduardo Nunez in short will bat second, batting third, and playing second Robinson Cano. Kevin Youkilis at first base will clean up, batting fifth and playing left field Vernon Wells. Ben Francisco, the DH, bats sixth, batting seventh, playing right field Ichiro Suzuki. Jason Nix at third base, he'll bat eighth, and batting ninth and catching Francisco Cervelli.
Left-hander for the Red Sox, John Lester. Last year made 33 starts. Very uncharacteristic, bad record and high ERA, but he did go 205 innings, 68 walks.
Not get much sleep last night, so anxious to get here and get the season underway. Last year's season was just a wash for him because of his arm problems. Played just 16.
Let's check out the scouting report from Tri-Honda Dealers. It's his third straight opener, and you know what? For a left-handed pitcher, there's 2 other pitchers in Red Sox history that have done that, and one of them is Babe Ruth.
The bunt is fouled and untouched behind the plate.
And the other one was Mel Parnell, who did it in 52 through 54. Babe Ruth made 3 consecutive opening day starts for the Red Sox in 1916 through 18. Lester had a great spring, 0.75 ERA, just 2 earned runs, 24 innings, and he's the leader. Lead and they will follow. The rest of the rotation will fall in line if this guy's number 1.
Swing and a miss. Lester gets Gardner. Let's check out the Red Sox defense behind John Lester. We'll start in the outfield. Jackie Bradley Jr. is in left. Ellsbury in center and Victorino over in right. You've got Middlebrooks, Iglesias, Pedroia, and Napoli third to first. South Alamakia behind the plate, and John Lester is on the mound. Now, we showed you the Yankee lineup, and you see Gardner first and Nunez second, and then you have Ichiro batting seventh, and Girardi spoke about it today and said, with the lefty Lester on the mound, I didn't want to stack left-handers at the top and have Gardner, Ichiro, and Cano, so I split them up with Nunez. Nunez becomes a big part of the Yankees in the first couple of weeks of this season, as he hits out going down the left field line and out of play with Derek Jeter back in Tampa. There's a ground ball up the middle, fielded there by Iglesias, 2 away. Let's take a look at today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Medical Center. Inspired medicine. We talked about Jeter. Granderson's out with a broken forearm. First pitch that he saw. First at bat in spring training for him. Teixeira, strained wrist. He suffered that in the WBC. Alex Rodriguez had hip surgery during the winter. And Phil Hughes has some bulging discs. So they don't expect that he's going to be out that long, but they want to take their time with him as well. Red Sox playing him to pull. The third baseman, Middlebrooks, playing where the shortstop would normally play. And Iglesias.
It's time for all those guys to get back.
Cano shows bunt and takes a strike. Pull hitter. He can go right down the third base line. And they're pitching him away very well. Got a distant memory. Kevin Youkilis trying to make one fan one at a time. 1-2. 2-2.
Yeah,
Count 3-2. Stays alive. Swing and a missed ball gets past Saltalamacchia. And Cano hustles to first. He will make it. So a strikeout and a wild pitch. Is a convenient name, like Lou Piniella used to say. I didn't know they were booing or looing. Free agent with the Yankees. Essentially signed to be the third baseman until Alex Rodriguez got back.
Kevin Youkilis led the Yankees in spring training with home runs, those 6 home runs and 14 RBIs.
Driven out to right field. Victorino is there, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 1 at the stadium. There's no score. All right, first inning butterflies out of the way for both teams, and now we settle down to the second, and Will Middlebrooks will lead off against Sabathia. There's a strike. We talked the promise of Will Middlebrooks. At the end of last year. And the strange thing is,
was kind of shielded.
2-2. Grounded to third. Nix. One away.
See Sabathia trying to come in, and does. Kind of beats Middlebrooks in on the high hopper. Nix down the line. Plenty of arm strength.
He can hit the ball out. 25 home runs last year.
Back.
Count 2-1.
24-1. So yeah, left-handed. Of course, it's a much smaller sample size batting right-handed, which with Ortiz out, he's going to get a lot more at bat.
Missed outside. And he walks Saltalamacchia.
It is unusual. You don't see that too often.
Johnny Gomes lines one off the glove of Nix. And everybody reaches as Gomes gets himself a single. Time for the MetLife I Can Do This stat of the game. Yankees are 35-14-1 on opening day at home. And as we mentioned, they've won 11 straight opening day home games dating back to 1986. Nix very close to making a splendid play, but the glove just not long enough.
Yeah, the difference between catching the fingers of the glove and catching the web.
Came into spring training, they didn't know what to expect. He's a supplemental pick So that's just after the first round. Played for South Carolina, where he won 2 national championships. But you see himself onto this team. He's from Virginia, a lot of fans.
Forces his way onto the roster.
Just missed outside. So he's got quite a stage for his major league debut, David. He's facing CC Sabathia. Three and 2. Runners stay put, and he does work a walk. Took some tough pitches, and the bases are loaded. Job. MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. Saltalamacchi at third. Johnny Gomes is at second, and Jackie Bradley Jr. is at first. Here is Jose Iglesias. And that one is chopped into the hole at short. Fielded by Nunez. Fires to second, not in time. Run scores. And a base hit for Iglesias, and the Red Sox lead 1-0.
You can see here, it is deep in the hole, and it had a couple of big hops before it got there. And you want to see Jackie Bradley Jr.'s speed? He's in.
Ellsbury. Hit sharply to first. Fielded there by Euclid. He's going to come home for one. That's all they'll get. Cervelli wanted to make sure his foot stayed on the plate to get that out. And the crowd with appreciative Uke chant. Drops a break. Pitch is high, unless you can get some single-digit innings. That's a base hit to left field. Bradley scores. Iglesias scores. It's a 2-run single for Victorino. And the Red Sox lead 3-0. And that'll bring up Larry Rothschild. Out of the dugout and to the mound.
A couple RBIs, and then on Sabathia's part, a long inning now continues.
Tell you what, that was a problem for him last year. Pedroia takes low. There's a strike. There's a base hit to right field. Ellsbury rounds third. They're sending him home. Ichiro will throw the ball into Nunez. An RBI single for Pedroia. And the Red Sox lead 4-0.
Cano holding the runner at second. Sabathia tries to come in again. And Pedroia with great back control. Almost Derek Jeter-like. Just inside out. Inside outing. That's why it's so tough to pitch Pedroia, because he has such great right.
There's Napoli as the Red Sox have now batted around.
Over the field.
The change-up count 1-1. Sean Kelly.
3 of these runs with 2 outs, and not out of it yet.
And the pitch. Missed outside with the change, 2-2. Runners go. Fouled off. 2-2. High fly ball, center field. Gardner drifts back, and he makes the play for the final out. But the Red Sox put up 4. 4 hits, they leave 2. Yankees have a 4-0 deficit to deal with. And over-the-shoulder catch. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using #3. Because Vernon Wells, his first Yankee opening day, grounds one to short. 1 away.
Kid was all right after all the worry in spring training.
Ben Francisco will take a strike.
Bradley Jr.'s at bat set up that whole inning. Sabathia had him 2 strikes and could not put him away.
And 3-2. And Francisco works a walk. Alex Rodriguez hopes that he'll be back sometime mid-season, recovering from hip surgery. Into the Yankees a little more than mid-season last year, and really was an outstanding player for them. Helped them win the American League to a 2-year deal. With the Mariners last year, 261. There was talk that, you know what, maybe he's finally done. But with the Yankees, 322. And the Yankees are hoping that the pinstripes have that sort of elixir effect on a guy like... Well, he is a hit machine. Snap throw to first, diving back, Francisco. 1278 in Japan, 2606 here in the States total. Tap slowly to short. Iglesias goes the second one on to first. Not in time.
You see, Ichiro's one of the few hitters that really try to place the ball. You see there, that's a finesse style of hitting when he's down in the count. He almost wants to hit the ball softer or try to shoot it in the hole. And still runs well enough to beat out that double play.
He's had a solid season for the Yankees, filling in last year. Utility role, 243 with 4 homers and 18 ribbies. Foul bat. Bats with 3 home runs.
And Nick's really solidified that position. I think a lot of
You know, there were some questions after Teixeira got hurt. Why didn't the Yankees play Nunez at third during spring training? Runner goes. And strike 3 as Nix is down looking. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We've played 2. It's 4-0 Red Sox.
Season, he expects to perform at a high level, and he expects to be wearing the pinstripes again before 2030.
Just a moment. Meredith, it's been a barometer.
It was interesting. He was asked whether or not there was any concern that there would be a suspension regarding his ties to performance-enhancing drugs, and he said no, not at all. He did acknowledge, though, that he did meet with Major League Baseball as a part of their investigation into biogenesis. Aside from that, he really took too much into it. Said he just wants to focus on the rehab process. As far as when he'll be back...
I wonder how he would have been received, but we'll find out if and when he does come back, let's say in July, which is their plan, as Middlebrooks goes down on strikes. He thought he had the team made. Last day of spring training, bags are packed, ready to go with the team, and then he was sent down to the minor leagues. What a difference a year makes.
What a roller coaster it has been for Francisco Cervelli. Now you're the starting catcher for the New York Yankees. He just looked at me, smiled, and said, it's unbelievable this year to last year. And he said, it's maturity. Also defensively, he got back to the basics. It was something with him that he admitted he kind of got away from a little.
Meredith, we will see you on the postgame. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Michael.
Joe Girardi said before the game, a lot of people thought that Stewart would catch today because CeCe had caught him, or he had caught CeCe 18 times.
Worked very well together.
Looks like CeCe has gotten back in the groove after a rough 4th inning, and he... High pop-up. Nunez will make the play. That will do it as CeCe rebounds from the rough second to work a 1-2-3 third. We go to the bottom of third. See the Lincoln scoreboard, 4-0 Boston. And Cervelli hits one to fairly deep center. Ellsbury backs up, and he'll make the play for the first time.
Continued on from what he did in spring training, and a lot of talk about last.
Brett Gardner takes a strike. You have to wonder, was last year just a hiccup? One of the best lefties in the game, but really struggled in 2012.
subpar season last year.
Put on Lester's work. Tap slowly in front of the mound. Going to be a very tough play. Going to be a base hit. There's Gardner's speed on display.
You can almost sense John Lester knows it right now. If Salty can't get it, no sense of
Eduardo Nunez. Now we've talked a lot about
not too easy to steal on, and not in delivery, and can be quick to home too. So not the easiest guy for Gardner to get a read on.
Gardner steals at an 82% clip in his career.
Now if you could.
Runner was going, and the ball was popped up and out of play over the screen. Strike three. Nunez down looking. Just clipped the outside corner, did Lester. That he could put balls off the plate in play, but they're not going to give him anything to drive, David, especially until somebody behind him shows. And that one gets away from Sabathia, and Gardner off and running. Very alert. Didn't. Another one bounced. The count 2-0. We talked about this on the pregame. Driven out to left field and deep. Bradley back, still back, and he makes the play on the back pedal for the final out of the third inning. So Cano gave it a ride the other way, but Jackie Bradley Jr. in his first big league game went straight back, reached up, and hauled it in as we will go to the fourth. As we go to the fourth, time for the New York State Smokers Quit Line Quiz. CC is making his fifth straight opening day start for the Yanks, one shy of tying the team record for consecutive starts. Now, who holds that Yankee record?
I have, yes. I've seen him on the golf course a couple of times.
Heard he's a good golfer.
He is. Very good golfer.
Bottom of the fourth. Jackie Bradley Jr. takes a strike. Joe Piscopo and Matt Lauer. Count 0-2. Swing and a miss. Bradley down on strikes. Fifth strikeout for Sabathia. Red Sox know that as a shortstop, he's big league ready. Is he going to hit enough?
That's it. Right dead center field.
Push bunt, and he's on. That's how he's going to get on. He's 2 for 2. He has an infield single into the hole and short, and a push bunt.
Help, and Sabathia can't recover and beat Iglesias' speed to first base. So that's really a play that should be utilized more, you would think, especially against left-handed pitching. As I said, didn't really need a perfect bunt. Just
pitch to Ellsbury is part of the count 2-1.
air free.
Count 2-2.
Train.
Looped into left field, a base hit for Ellsbury. Iglesias will stop at second. So CC in a little bit of a jam. In his first 4 seasons, 129 starts, which is second all-time. 74 wins, which is 4th all-time. 821 strikeouts, which is 1st all-time for any Yankee in their first 4 seasons. So he's been worth every penny as he signed with a free agent with the Yankees. Had a big 2-run single in the second inning. He takes low, 1-0.
Jane Victorino's always been a really good fastball hitter, both sides of the plate.
Tap slowly back to the mound. Sabathia has one play. He makes it at first. The runners move up. And they made the right choice. A grounder to Nunez. And that will do it. So CC works into out of trouble. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 4-0 Sox. Line quiz. Sabathia making his 5th straight opening day start for the Yankees, one shy of tying the team record for consecutive starts. Who holds the Yankees record? The answer: Lefty Gomez. 6 straight opening day starts from 32 through 37. Different starting opening day. Different feel.
Definitely a different feel. You feel the responsibility, to lead your team, get them off on the right foot. It's an honor. Only the aces across the league get that shot. Just the excitement, opening day.
With the Red Sox, not allowed here with the Yankees. The 1-2. Missed inside. These are some that played for both. Babe Ruth, the most notable. Spark 5 of them won World Series with the Yankees.
I think it was probably Roger Clemens who got the most heat. Still a lot of respect for the way he played the game in Boston.
Grounded and past third and down the left field line. That's going to go into the corner. And Kevin Youkilis is going to hear his first real Uke cheer.
Going to be a double. As you see, he's quick to the ball down the line. Just keep it fair right over the bag. Good pitch by Lester. And even better hitting by Youkilis to keep this fair right over the bag.
Such a great player while he's with the Blue Jays. He's had 2 subpar seasons with the Angels. The Yankees short an outfielder because of the loss of Granderson. They take a flyer on when it happens that you root for both. Vernon Wells fouls it away.
Some good defensive plays will go a long way towards the Yankee faithful welcoming Youkilis into the fold.
Moved by the Yankees. Ground ball. Foul. Foul ball. Wells cannot believe it. But Dan Bellino, hands straight up in the air, said foul ball. Wow, I don't know, David.
It looked very similar to the Youkilis play, maybe slightly left, but you could certainly make an argument that that's over the bag, or at least catches part of the bag.
The 0-2. Now, these are the spots last year that Wells really struggled. One, 2. He said during the offseason he watched a lot of video. And the days when he really was a good player with the Blue Jays, and you see his career resume there, he could field for sure. Great center fielder back in the day. He had stopped going to right field a lot. Count 3-2. And he gets a walk. So he rebounds from the disappointment of what looked like a bad call by Bellino, works a walk, and the Yankees have a rally here against Lester. Second walk issued by Lester. There's a strike. 1-1. Popped up. Saltalamacchia will make the play. Battled a burst of sun behind the plate. Now here's Ichiro. Grounded softly to short in the second.
So the time. Changed his style here in this ballpark with the short porch in right field, and did show some home run power last year.
That one is looped into right center field. That ball is going to dunk in for a base hit. Runners can only advance a base They didn't know if Ellsbury would catch up with it, so a base hit for Ichiro, his first of the year, and the Yankees have the bases loaded.
This got fooled, especially knowing Ellsbury's speed in center field, so he helped. Suddenly and quietly a high pitch count, as Michael mentioned, for
1-0.
Trying to work out of the bottom of the fourth here.
Foul back. Up and away. The 2-1. Shattered bat. Foul ball.
See Lester with that hard cutter in, and another shot down the line. This one easily foul.
2-2. 3-2. Yankees really making Lester work. Foul back. Salpamaki gives it a look. 3-2. Strike three. Nick's down looking. Second time he goes down looking against Lester. Big pitch for the Red Sox lefty. Cervelli's odyssey last year well documented. Last day of spring training. Bags are packed, ready to go. Oh, he's going down to the minor leagues. And for the first month, his head wasn't there until 1-2. Line drive, base hit, down the left field line. 1 run scores, 2 runs will score. It's a 2-run single for Cervelli, and the Yankees are on the board and back in the game. It's 4-2 Sox.
Sabathia was hurt from 2-out RBI hits, and now Cervelli saves this inning for the Yankees. Once again, down the line. Got to keep it fair, right on the chalk. 2 outs, 2 RBIs. Yankees cut the lead in half. Kind of ties them up. Lester's got that good hard cutter in. Right on the chalk.
And Junichi Tazawa, one of 6 left-handers or right-handers in the Red Sox bullpen. They carry 1 lefty. Third on that one. Cervelli is at first, still 2 men out, and here outside. Line drive, right field. Victorino is there. He'll make the play for the final out of the 4th. But the Yankees get 2 runs on 3 hits. 2 men left. Go to the 5th. 4-2 Sox. Again. And I have. We will talk to you later.
Sounds good.
All right, that is Bob Lorenz, and we go to the 5th inning, and Napoli takes a strike from Sabathia. And Sabathia. Pitch outside. This game. Taps softly right side. Over is Cano. And there's 1 away. Middlebrooks. And that one is popped up. And the former Red Sox third baseman puts away the present Red Sox third baseman for the 2nd out.
On the mound after that long inning, last inning.
There's a strike. That changeup's been a great pitch all day for him. 1-2. The 1-2. 34 pitches. Misses.
You can see the circle grip, 3 fingers on the ball. It takes some of the spin off. some of the velocity off, but the arm speed still says fastball. And you can see that one misses up and away.
Line drive, base hit. Wells cuts over, and he'll play the ball off the wall. So Sabathia with a 2-out double.
David, to command your fastball first and foremost. As you see, Girardi's going to come out and get right in Sabathia's face to find out how he's feeling, making sure he's okay. Just a quick visit and back out.
They decide to intentionally walk Gomes, and they'll go after the kid. David Phelps getting ready. So an intentional walk to Johnny Gomes. And here's the kid, Jackie Bradley Jr. This was a few years ago, so he's been on the fast track. Never played above Double-A. 2 national championships with South Carolina. In his last year at South Carolina, he was 1-0. John Farrell, the Red Sox manager, spoke before the game about Jackie Bradley Jr.
Young kid in the Boston fan base.
So they walk Gomes to get to Bradley. And he walked him. Not what they were looking for as the bases were loaded. Deep short and a push bunt single toward first. So he's 2 for 2.
Some obvious red flags with Sabathia and the pitch count up. Approaching 100, as you see, Cervelli's going to go out and talk to him, but he's starting to drop his arm a bit.
Lifetime against the Reds. 100th pitch by Sabathia. And it misses inside. Two and 2. The 2-2 popped up. He is going to get out of it. Youkilis settles underneath it and makes the play. So Sabathia works into and out of trouble. The Red Sox lead the bases loaded. We're halfway through. Red Sox up 2. Well, all of that added up to Red Sox 4, Yankees 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th, and Eduardo Nunez was thinking about a push bunt, couldn't get it done, fouls it off, so the count is 0-1. Back in Tampa, I'm sure watching this game as he rehabs his ankle.
There.
Swing and a miss. Nunez down on strikes.
Really missed here, Derek Jeter. Just his presence, even if he can't play.
Well, right now, Derek and Mariano are tied for the most seasons in Yankee history by a player. The most seasons as a Yankee, and then when Derek gets healthy, same deal, though he tied with 19. As Cano picks up his first hit of the season, a 1-out single here in the 5th. Inside third. Lined out in the first inning, so 1 for 2 in his Yankee debut. It was Youkilis and Bobby Valentine's criticism of Youkilis that kind of started the ball rolling downhill for the Red Sox last year. Joy to say that's not how we do things here. As Youkilis hits one to right center, Ellsbury's there for the 2nd out, and that was not a good thing for Bobby, because if you lose Pedroia, you might lose the team.
And the rest is history at this point.
Here's Vernon Wells. Vernon had an impressive walk, if you can have an impressive walk in the 4th inning. Line down the left field line, but hooking foul. And Vernon Wells down looking to end the inning. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 man left. We played 5 at the stadium. It's the Red Sox 4 and the Yankees 2. 4 runs all in the 2nd inning, kept them off the board otherwise. And now the Yankees will turn to David Phelps for an early relief call to start the 6th. If in fact Hughes does not miss the start and can come back when they need the 5th starter, Phelps is going to be working out of the bullpen. And not because Nova pitched better, but I think that Phelps is more versatile than Nova. And he's a better pitcher out of the bullpen.
Throws a lot of quality strikes.
Very serious young man was talking to Diana Munson during the dinner to find out about Thurman, wants to know the history of the Yankees, and that's impressive when a young kid comes up and does stuff like that. And Ellsbury wraps one into right center field, and that's going to be a base hit. It's going to get into the gap. Cut off before the wall by Ichiro. Ellsbury's rounding second, going to third. Here's the throw! And it's off the chest of Nix, and Ellsbury is in there with a triple.
Phelps trying to get this on the inside corner, misses out over the plate, and Ellsbury drills it. And right out of the box, Ellsbury's thinking 3. Ichiro gets to it. Pretty good cutoff. Right to Cano. No chance here. You see Ellsbury just runs too well. Cano gets rid of it quickly. A little bit of a short hop on Nix. They would have taken a perfect throw to get Ellsbury. And tell you what, if it was perfect, he might have got him.
Field in with Victorino at the plate. And a ground ball to second. Cano fields, holds the runner, and one away. We're in the 6th inning on opening day at the stadium. And the Red Sox lead 4-2. 2 for 3. And a strike. Pitch outside. Grounded and grabbed there by Nix. He's coming home, and they get Ellsbury. Good play by Nix.
Phelps gets it on the ground again. Ellsbury going on contact. Nix makes the play. Sabathia makes the tag. Sabathia with the shin guard and the sweep of the tag and gets him before Ellsbury can touch home plate. All the way around, good play. You wonder why Ellsbury would go on that? That's a set play. You're going on contact, and major league teams will put that play on a lot of times with one out, feeling like it's going to take a perfect play no matter where the ball. Home, and that's what it was.
And you can see Pedroia was red hot. He did not get the job done. 0-1 to Napoli.
A hard ground ball to third base.
You like that play?
You know, it's a perfect play to throw the runner out at home on the ground, anywhere on the infield, even with the infield in.
2-2. Popped up, shallow left. Vernon Wells comes on, and Phelps gives up a leadoff triple and works out of it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees down 4-2. And when you talk to people around baseball, David, they say that this could have been one of the best signings that any team made during the offseason. Koji Uehara. Look at the walk to strikeout ratio. He doesn't walk anybody. And he did that last year in Texas. Free agent, signed by the Red Sox. They wanted to lengthen their bullpen. It certainly does that.
Yeah, the numbers are undeniable. Not only he doesn't walk anybody, but didn't give up a lot of hits either. 20 hits.
Yankee debut, pinch hitting for Francisco. And there's right in on the hands and pops it up. Middlebrooks was shading towards short, and he makes the play.
At all spring training, you would expect to see that all year long against hitters of type, Hafner's type quality.
Ichiro pops it up. This one's Middlebrooks for the second out.
In the Red Sox rotation.
So Lyle Overbay now pinch hits for Jason Nix. His first at bat as a Yankee. He takes a strike. High pop-up, left field, an easy inning for Uehara. Jackie Bradley Jr. makes the play, and the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. And we go to the 7th inning. Boston 4, New York 2. David Phelps in his second inning of work. Right now, Phelps is scheduled to start Saturday against the Tigers. And we'll see if that plays out. Again, we said that this would be a throw day. Lyle Overbay, he can pick it. He's at first base. And Kevin Youkilis moves over to third. Middlebrook's 0 for 3 today. Takes pitch up and in.
You know, Michael, I think he really got the sense from the Yankees when they picked up Overbay late in the spring after.
Well, they heightened their sense of urgency about an outfielder. And Juan Rivera did not have a terrible spring. But Overbay's a better first baseman than Rivera.
It's got to feel pretty weird for Overbay. You spend the whole spring with the team you're playing against right now.
And they waited as long as they could, maybe wondering would the Yankees, thinking that the next day's game is in Viera, Florida against the Nationals. And it is a little strange that they just didn't go to the International Mall in the spring for a little bit of a sport coat, but I'm sure he had a pack. She probably packed for him as well.
Yeah.
But you hear stories about that all the time, about how the wives really are the unsung MVPs, where they've got to pack up kids and move in an instant. When Saltalamacchia spins around to the left side and fouls it off. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Breezers on the inside corner.
And he said he has never been around a person, double-barreled action for the Yankees in their pen. Never been around anybody who knew more about pitching than Greg Maddux. And he's a little bit.
When he gets up in the count on left-handed batters, he can dot that inside corner with a tailing fastball.
Saltalamacchia fouls it back. Cast. Rounded foul outside of first. You're absolutely right. The 2-2 inside. Keeping 3-2. Runner does not go, and there's a walk. So 2 walks to open up the 7th inning for David Peltz. There's Johnny Gomes. And there's a strike. Last year. And used well. And did a good job.
So many people, in your organization.
Driven out to right field. Giving chases Ichiro into the corner, and he'll make the play. Tagging is Middlebrook, so he'll go to third. So the Red Sox have runners on the corners with 1 out. It's his way out to the mound. Boone Logan will come on. Logan against Bradley as the Yankees try to hold it right here. And Boone Logan comes on. Had a good year last year. He struggled a bit in spring training, and his last outing against the Black Knights of Army at West Point on Saturday, he really gave up a lot of hits. 5 spring appearances, 0-1, 6.75. His arm was barking just a bit. He was shut. Shows bunt, takes inside. Logan made 80 appearances last year. Keeps showing bunt. Looks like it's more of a safety. It's not a suicide. Otherwise, a runner at third would be coming. Butterfield staring in to Farrell. Those are the major league leaders from last year.
Yankee Randy Choate on that list.
Again shows bunt. The count 3-1. Off of Logan, slows it down, and they have 1 play. They make it at first as a run scores. Not sure if that gets through. If he doesn't slow it down.
Speed gets a double play. You see, off the glove, that was heading more towards the shortstop side of the bat.
From Logan. 2 infield singles for Iglesias. 1 to hole it short, and another push punt toward first. Scores, runner goes to second. 2 outs now, and Iglesias takes a strike. Some life on that fastball for Logan. 94 miles an hour. 95 miles an hour. Foul back.
Slider and excellent velocity.
Dribbled slowly to third. Going to be a tough play. There will be no play. 3 infield hit for Iglesias using his speed as Saltalamacchia moves to third. There's 1-1. The big year for Ellsbury. He's a free agent at the end of this season. 1-1. Strike 1-2. That one is punched toward the shortstop Nunez. He makes the play, and that will do it. But a big run for the Red Sox. 1 run, 2 walks, a hit, and 2 men left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch.
That sounds great. See you guys then.
Great. Andrew Miller, the lone left-hander for the Red Sox, will come in to pitch the 7th. A lot of people are curious to see how the Red Sox, particularly John Farrell, is going to close games. Alfredo Aceves has closed, although they would not close with him. How about them sending down Josh Bard? But they decided to try to make him a starter. He's going to go back in the bullpen this year.
Cincinnati had the same story as with Chapman. Cervelli with another good at-bat walks a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 7th. But harder, and next thing you know, he kind of got caught in between and lost a little confidence, and now they're trying to rebuild him, although he did pitch fairly well in spring.
Pitches outside as Andrew Miller has come in, not throwing strikes. He walks Cervelli. He's 1-0 now on Gardner. Count 1-1 to go. Got some information from Adam Berry on the backfield in Tampa. So they're taking it very slow. That's what he's doing after being shut down, just playing catch.
No reason to rush.
3-2 on Gardner.
Rebuild some strength from that point on.
And a walk to Gardner, and that is not what John Farrell wanted to see. He brings in Andrew Miller, and he walks the first 2 batters that he sees. So he has a righty ready for Nunez. Does he go to him right here? He's going to send Nieves out. Changes, but Nieves looks like he's more in the conversation jog rather than a lifting jog. And he takes one right down the middle. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Also heard, David, that Yogi was here today. I know everybody was a little bit down that he wasn't able to make the spring training. The 0-2. Strike 3. Nunez took it right down the middle. A 98-mile-an-hour fastball. So a rough day for Nunez. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
Sometimes you can get locked up by curveballs. Sometimes 98 miles an hour will lock you up as well.
Kind of a wave at that breaking ball.
Andrew Miller with that power arm. He's really taken to relieving.
We told you struggles against southpaws last year. 239. The 0-2. Line drive down the right field line. It's a foul ball. Just a little too quick inside. The 0-2. 1-2. 98 outside. 2-2. 2-2. Struck him out. Dialed it up and blew it right by Robinson Cano. And John Farrell will take the ball from Miller, and he will go to the bullpen.
Get out of here.
Well, here's Andrew Bailey, acquired last year to be the closer, injury riddled, appeared in only 19 games, and he deals to Euclid. Now they're using here, so they're going to have to come up with an 8th inning guy to get the ball to Hanrahan, but they figure this is the count. 0-2. Just missed outside. Foul back. Swing and a miss. 95 upstairs. So the Yankees, first and second, nobody out. Nunez strikes out. Cano strikes out. Youkilis strikes out. And we go to the eighth. Kelly picked up off waivers during the offseason. Yankees love his slider. And it came down to Sean Kelly or David Ardsma. And they went with Kelly because Kelly can give them multiple innings. And a strike to Shane Victorino. Count 2-1.
The time vested in him by the Yankees, seeing his strikeout ability.
Tap slowly to third, charging Youkilis. One away. Stay with Epley and designate Ardsma for assignment. Ardsma used to be a big-time closer with Seattle, and then had to have Tommy John surgery, as David said, and 1-1. Chopped up the middle. Nunez is there. The Yankees really worked in the spring, specifically Mick Kelleher, on Nunez's throwing.
Been one of the best I've ever seen when he was still at shortstop. But just that little sidearm flip throw it just to hard enough to get the runner. And accuracy and quick release. Kind of saving your arm.
And knowing that Nunez is going to be at short and has had a history of somewhat erratic throws. Swing and a miss. Impressive inning for Sean Kelly. He retires the Red Sox in order. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the eighth inning. Vernon Wells, Travis Hafner, and Ichiro Suzuki coming up. And now Junichi Tazawa will take over for the Red Sox. Their fifth pitcher. 1.43 ERA at 37 games last year. 45 strikeouts in 45 innings and just 5 walks. Yeah. I have become familiar with that. Here's Vernon Wells. Fly ball right field. Victorino into the corner will make the play. Hyundai scoreboard 5-2 Red Sox. Here's Travis Hafner, popped up to short in his first at bat, pinch hitting for Ben Francisco. Fouled away. One and two. The ball. The 1-2. Jabba Chamberlain will pitch the ninth for the Yankees. Line drive, and that will beat the shift. Victorino thought about throwing to first base. Hafner is not gifted with speed, but he makes it with a single. 0-1. Rounded right back to Tazawa. There's one. On to first, they double up the speedy Ichiro to end the eighth. We score that 1-6-3. We are going to take it to the ninth with the Red Sox up by 3. Joe Girardi revealed today, you see what Jabba did last year, coming back from that ankle injury, and also from Tommy John surgery. Jabba's a 7th inning guy. He said Jabba's going to pitch the 7th, Robertson's going to pitch the 8th, Mariano will pitch the 9th, obviously. Jabba certainly had a great time on Saturday at West Point. All of us did that. We're part of that trip. You see both teams and throughout Major League Baseball, the team stars adding up to 26. That's for the 20 children. The 1-2. Foul back. There's a slider. Did he go? No.
Better arm strength.
Drops a breaking ball in there for strike 3. Where the change of speed got the batter, because as a slider, that's up.
Yeah, you could see just the front hip opened up. Middlebrooks was locked up. He thought it was going to be a fastball.
Here's Jared Saltalamacchia.
Still good bite on it, even on a high slider. Still broke quick. Just fine, or throwing even harder. That's a bit of a misnomer.
There's a strike. 1-2. You see the unfortunate souvenir from that surgery, and he got better as he went along last year. Missed outside, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Another fastball, just missed. And he walks him on the breaking ball.
You know, trusting that fastball more. And you see even there, he took a shot, 3-2 with the slider. He needs to become less predictable.
Line drive, left field. And that's in front of Vernon Wells, a base hit off the bat of Johnny Gomes. There's a strike. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. Count 1-1.
You could just tell by his approach, Michael. I mean, he's going to work the count.
Two. Jabba wanted that one. Count 3-2. His uniform also blowing in the breeze.
Really dramatic change in the weather over the last.
Lights are on here at the stadium. Runner goes on 3-2, but it's ball 4, so Jackie Bradley Jr. walks 3 times in his major league debut, and Jabba has himself with the bases loaded. Might be a little bit of a distraction for the batter, because a lot of hot dog wrappers and stuff blowing out of the stands. You can see him in right field. I think it's starting to rain just a little bit here at the stadium as some fans are retreating for cover. Cody Epley getting ready in the bullpen. Now the wind is so strong, we have a camera that's mounted on the backstop called a Fletcher cam. And the one on the roof also being affected. The 0-2 swing and a miss, got him. So Iglesias down on strikes for the second out. Game. Ground ball right side. And bobbled and no play. And Cano's going to come home. And also 2-run score. As Johnny Gomes hustling from second base. Scores behind Saltalamacchia. And that is a killer on a ground ball to the right side. As the Red Sox now lead 7-2.
Caught out in front of the plate. As you see, the ball hits the glove, rides up. Cano's got to adjust. Bare hand. Can't get the hand on. Cervelli's way up in front of the plate.
He had a play at first base on Ellsbury, who's very fast, especially after Cano had the initial bobble. Now Jabba did get over. And there's a legitimate base hit through the right side. A run scores. And Ellsbury moves to second, starting to rain a little bit harder, and it's raining runs as Red Sox now lead 8-2. A bump like that, that's what follows. You hope it blows by, but it didn't. Most of the sellout crowd have either run for cover or gone home. And right now the Yankees are trailing this 8-2 as they go to Cody Epley to get out of this. We told you Epley struggled in the spring. He had 8 appearances. He was 0-2 with a 10.13 ERA. He gave up 9 runs in 8 innings. That one goes all the way to the backstop as the runners move up on the wild pitch. Grounded up the middle. Nice play by Nunez. Scrambles to his feet, fires, and a nice scoop by Overbay to end the inning. Good play on both ends. Nunez getting to the ball. And a not easy scoop by Overbay to end the inning. But the damage has been done. Yankees coming up in the bottom of the ninth, down by 6. He's ended up giving 3 runs to the Red Sox. Now it's 8-2. But the Red Sox had warmed up their new closer, Joel Hanrahan. See what he did last year with Pittsburgh, but pitching for the Red Sox and pitching in the American League East is a completely different animal. So I guess Barrow's looking at it this way, David. A nice way to indoctrinate him to the American League East. Too many people for closer, and that's a scary proposition. Here's Overbay. There's a strike. A lot of range, but then throwing the ball low. And Overbay with the backhand scoop to end the inning.
See, the modern day game, probably the lowest on the totem pole.
Overbay with a high fly ball to right. Victorino battles it all the way, but makes the play on the warning track for the first out. After Christmas, they sent Mark Melancon, who they thought was going to be a good setup man for them last year, Ivan De Jesus, Jerry Sands, and Stolmy Pimentel, to the Pirates for Joel Hanrahan and Brock Holt. And they sent those 2 guys out. 2 runs with a bases loaded single in the 4th inning. This one he grounds to short. Iglesias gets it across the diamond for the second out. The Yankees are down to their final out.
Pittsburgh now on the verge of contending, feeling like they're going to take the next step. But Hanrahan with a big arm, 98 miles an hour.
And a walk. Hanrahan deals low, 1-0. Count 2-0. A lead in the game after that. So CC will take the loss unless the Yankees stage an unlikely rally. And John Lester, the 2-1. 97 miles an hour, 2-2. Fly ball, left field. That'll make the seats. We'll get another hack.
Nearly perfect.
3-2. 3-2. Left side again and again. This one not out of play as Middlebrooks, wind blew it back. That was about 6 rows back as Middlebrooks made the play, stayed with it, and the Red Sox win this one 8-2. Well, stick around for the postgame show to find out who's today's Chevy Player of the Game. This was all Red Sox after scoring 4 in the second against CC. Their pitching held it together, some clutch hitting, and a lot of work in the count as they drew 8 walks as well. We'll come back, we'll wrap things up, then we have the postgame with Bob and Jack and Meredith.